I'm Jo Leverett, co-chair of the 16 Days of Activism 2025 campaign for the Zonta Club of Bundaberg. This year, our local theme is all about collaboration and partnerships, exploring how we can work better together to make lasting change in our communities. I'm delighted to be joined today by Brooke Fossey, CEO, Regional Business HQ. Brooke is passionate about bringing people and organisations together, and she has a wealth of experience in both professional and community settings, and right here in the Wide Bay region. So Brooke, I'm delighted to be talking to you this morning. When I say the words collaboration and partnerships, because often those two go hand in hand, I think, but you might have a different view. What comes to your mind when we say collaboration and partnerships?
It's just what I do. I don't know how to define it. It's just who I am and what I do. Just look at ways at which we can all work together to make our lives easier and get a better result.
Do you think they're just buzzwords that are being bandied around at the moment?
Yeah, there's lots of buzzwords. There are lots of buzzwords around, and collaboration. I think that's gone almost off for a bit. So there's been collaboration used a lot in the innovation space and all of those of recent years, but it's not out there as often now. To me, it's just the way I work. Yeah. So it's not a buzzword for me because I know what it means to me, and it's okay if I see an opportunity here and I know I'm doing something here and these people are doing that. Why don't we all just combine together, and how can we make less work for everyone, still get a brilliant result for the community and spend less money and save it and redivert it to other areas that need it.
And do you find that other organisations and businesses in this community embrace collaboration, or is it something that you need to sell to them, so to speak?
I don't sell it to people. That's your value or it's not. So business can be a cutthroat world. We all make decisions for whatever our value sets are based on. So making decisions, if you're in investment banking, collaboration is not a word you would use. They're all strategic partnerships, and by the word strategic means how do I get the most out of people, what I want, not giving back as well. So it's a tool for people that work in community, not necessarily it's those communities, it's a service industry, it's not-for-profit groups. So we're not-for-profit, but we do have a strong business focus. We're not here to do it because we love it. We also need to feed our families. We actually have to make money. Not-for-profit doesn't mean non-profit, so we all still need to feed ourselves. Unfortunately, we can't get free electricity and that just because we work in a not-for-profit.
Yeah.
Ideal world, that'd be awesome, right? But it doesn't happen that way. I think the collaboration and partnerships happen where people really know what their value is, what their goals are, and they have trust in the people that they're dealing with. So there's been quite a few people that have come around and come in my door and said, there's this great opportunity. I said, that's really awesome. I can promote it for you, but it's not what we do. And I think they just probably wanted my expertise or my help with stuff, and I'm happy with that, but it's not, if it doesn't suit me, I'm very open and honest about it, and it doesn't mean it's a bad program, doesn't mean it's a bad thing. And when I talk to people about opportunities, if it doesn't fit with what their goals are at the time or their direction, then it's not a bad thing. It's not that it's as long as you go in with that in mind and that sense of curiosity. I think it all comes down to that sense of curiosity and optimism and going, how can we make this happen? And knowing when to step out because it's not within your lane, so to speak.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. When you were talking just a moment ago about that your business is a not-for-profit, I was listening to something on the radio coming into work the other day, and you've probably heard this before, but not just that language of not-for-profit really is a bit antiquated now. And the person who was discussing this on radio said really those type of organisations should call themselves profit for purpose. rather than not-for-profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the terms bandied around are profit for purpose, social enterprise.
That's right, yeah.
What I really do love about the word not-for-profit, I know it's an old word, I know it's antiquated, but it comes with a set understanding in government circles, in funding circles, that NFPs have got ACNC sitting, so the Australian Charities and ACNC, Google it,
Yep.
whatever that means.
Yep.
They're basically a commission that makes sure that not-for-profits are spending money in the right way possible. So registered charities are all through there. We are a registered charity, but it means that we can make a profit as long as we're reinvesting it back in what we do, that it's not going to shareholders. So the most successful of the not-for-profits are ones that operate as if they are a business and they do want a form of dividend. So we've been at Regional Business HQ on a path. Marcus set us up brilliantly, who was my predecessor. He set us up brilliantly so that in this last 4 to 5 year period, I've been able to create a war chest of sorts, because we've got some big projects that we need to get done. So these next few years are not going to be profitable for us, I wouldn't imagine. If we can, that's even better, but I wouldn't imagine they would be. But it's given us some breathing room so we can continue to operate, even though we're not making profit as such. So I like the idea of not-for-profit because we do absolutely know with a sense of certainty, hand on my heart, that the money isn't going to shareholders. Social enterprise have owners that are taking dividends out of the business. They're there for the right reasons, but they're still getting money out of the profits. Or they can. Not all of them will, but they can. The legal governance structures around them are not always as transparent as the word not-for-profit. Profit for purpose, I think that's a tagline that you can use when you're a not-for-profit.
Yes.
Does that...
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
So with collaborating within the not-for-profit sector, the community sector, do you think there's a universal mindset in the sector about the benefits of collaboration, or is it still something that not everyone's really got it at the moment?
I think people go in with that, with it on their agenda. Like, everyone goes in it for the right reasons. Whether when the purse strings are tighter and the rest, whether they come out the other end with that same view of the world is not always the case in some programs and projects that I've worked on, because again, people need to feed their families. So you have to have that underlying sense of trust that if it goes this way this time, that we trust that it might go better next time for the peoples that might have been more disadvantaged than they felt they should have been. So we've had it where we've just gone, we can wear the cost on this, we'll give up our bit, but then on the next project we will make sure that we're getting our money's worth out of it. So
So if you had a new program and you're thinking, yep, this is something that I could potentially collaborate for strategic reasons, right? Because you can still be strategic and collaborate. I think they go together.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So you've talked about trust. What are some other things that you're looking for when you're sort of thinking, okay, this program lends itself to collaboration with some other organisations? What are you looking for? Are you looking for like-minded? Are you looking for shared values?
They're good. It's also absolutely understanding what your role is going to be in it and what you want out of it. So
yes, let's talk about that. That's
important. So one of the ones, and I haven't actually asked if I can use his name, but I just don't think he'll care, and
you can check with him afterwards.
Yeah, and I'll just let him know that we've done it and the rest. But quite often we will collaborate with Queensland Computers. Jeff is running a very profitable business. He knows exactly what his lane is. He knows what isn't in his lane. what we would provide you would rarely think it would have crossover with an IT services company largely. However, we have collaborated on quite a few different programs because he knows what he needs out of it and what his agenda is. And for him to be able to participate on this is what he needs. And I'll say, well, I've got this. And then we then have that discussion. So, Brett, and what gaps are we missing? Who else can we bring into this? Because he doesn't have enough staff to be running fun projects that are not profitable. I don't have enough staff ever because I'm a not-for-profit. We never have enough staff. So who else can we bring into the loop to make sure that we've got all bases covered? And my skill set and Jeff's skill set are completely different but very similar in our approach. What are we missing? We're missing a certain type of person. Let's bring them in so that we've got full transparency, because we're both very, make a decision based on the facts in front of us. Whereas we possibly could need someone in the room that would have a different approach to making decisions. So if we're basing it on, he's on a business, I'm on logical, with a bit of empathy, we might need someone that actually looks at the people aspect, or might need to look, depending on what the project is, we want to make sure that all skill sets, personality types, decision-making profiles, whatever buzzwords you want to use, that we've got a good depth of people around the room.
So there needs to be some diversity of skill set, but there also needs to be that balance with the right individuals that you know are going to work collaboratively together. So they may have diverse and different skill sets, which is what you need for the reasons that you've said. But there still needs to be I would think, a shared drive in terms of this is the program, this is the direction, that we're all on the same page. We're all on the same page for this particular program, and everybody's got their role, but you still work together. And even though there could be different reasons why people are in there, everybody is still working collectively for the same outcomes and the same things that have to be achieved for the program. Would that be about right?
Yeah. So another good example as well is you don't actually have to do it all, even if you've got the skill set. Do you have the capacity? Can you partner with someone who is potentially a competitor, but you get on well with? So one example.
Tell me about that.
Yeah. So when Tamar was at the Generator, so Tamar was our community manager at the Generator when I first came on board, and she ran the Startup Switchboard program, which was a brilliant program. And as part of the continuing on of that, we'd made relationships with different innovation hubs up and down the coastline. So she had a really good relationship with Mackay Split Spaces. And they were running an accelerator startup program, and it was about the same time we were, and we've gone, okay, so can we run this together? So we can do our Bundy in-person session, you do your Mackay in-person session, then we can do a joint online version if people wanted to do that. So we still had our two very distinct cohorts, but we all pitched to each other, and we worked and created networking and connection across the two different geolocations. The people from Mackay brought a different perspective than the people from Bundaberg, and it actually helped with the businesses and their ideas. So there was a few different, our price point was a lot lower than Mackay's price point, so we had to meet in the middle somewhere. Like, there was a whole heap of negotiations that we had to go to get to that point, and it was a trial, but it ran really well. Now, at that point, we could operate around the whole of the state, and we were delivering programs around other parts of Queensland, including Mackay. We could have done that ourselves in competition to them, but why? Why not collaborate with them to get that greater reach and make our program that we're doing in-house in Bundy stronger and support what they were doing up there?
That's great. I love that.
So,
what a good example.
Yeah, it's we've had a few of them go pear-shaped where people haven't delivered when we've tried to collaborate, but we just go, that didn't work, and that's okay. We will do it our way then. So when collaboration doesn't work, it's not the end of the world either. It doesn't mean that one person was bad or one did more work or the project was horrible. It just meant it didn't work at that point in time for whatever reason. And you can walk away and go, that's fine. We tried. It didn't work, but thank you.
Oh, look, that's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, Brooke, thank you so much for sharing your insights into what collaboration means.
I don't know if I've made it any clearer for people, but...
Oh, look, I think your insights, your experience on this topic is going to be well received by our listeners. So,
I hope so.
Yes, I'm sure it will be.
Yeah.
So thanks again, Brooke.
No worries, and I always love catching up with you.